So welcome to another episode of We Ramble with
Nicky Hutchison
and me and a John Addict. And tackling AOSTH again.
The madness continues.
It doesn't stop those 63 episodes.
Yeah, no, 63. And it's still funny where this was from. Wow, this was the longest running show. The one show that had the longest episodes in.
Before Sonic X came and destroyed that.
Yeah, it just broke that record, baby.
No, Sonic Boom looks good to be beating that as well.
Yeah, hopefully. We've got another year. We've got one series down, another one to go.
Yeah. Just hope it's the same sort of episode count.
Yeah,
but still, there wasn't one series of 65 like this, so
yeah,
63, 65.
I do find it, most shows tend to, it's weird how some shows get 65 and some get like at least 13 or 12 if they're lucky.
Or if you're a BBC Series 6.
Yeah. Oh, just do it right now. Yeah, this is another, remember, this was another episode I remember having on my vid.
British robots.
We've already talked about the swap bots dressed up as English cards.
Seems to be a theme.
You sure we gotta do this, Sonic? This is Robotnik's fortress. If a guy's been locked up for 30 years...
Just little windows.
Sonic!
I just remember the robot with the spring. Trying to the Jedi. I remember that, like he hasn't got the black around his eyes.
Oh, this thing. Now I remember this episode.
Yeah.
You the guy Robotnik locked up 30 years ago? The one and only. Name's Lucas.
Lucas, darling. Alright then, read George Lucas.
That's why he's been locked up. Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Oh, okay. We're joking, Lucas. Okay, you maybe. Alright, maybe not you.
I liked it, just that ending though.
Who are you fighting for? The Undertaker? The least I can do is give him a fair chance.
Oh, this is something that so defies Sonic's attitude in the show. I remember this. That live, for instance.
They look a bit like those, is it neutrons? I forget what they're called. You know the ones from Hilltop Zone.
Alright.
No, Ocean Zone.
Oh, those, right. Oh yeah, those octopus-like robots.
Yeah. Still annoy me to this day.
Yeah, they are annoying in the game. Here comes this gag.
Is that making a noise or?
Yeah, it is making a noise. Yeah.
I couldn't tell if that was meant to be Lucas screaming or just an old Pokemon soundbite.
It might as well be a fucking Pokemon. Got the catchphrase out early in this episode.
That's a bomb.
Yeah, that's a gag. If you listen, this is good. If you listen to the soundtrack, you'll hear a woman laughing. Like later on, you'll hear it in a few seconds. In this soundtrack, it's playing in the background with music.
Really?
Yeah. Just listen. Just listen. Yeah, keep your ears open.
Excuse me, I got a breakfast date with Robotnik. You guys get out of here.
Yeah, you can hear it better in some other episodes. I don't know why they put it in, like this goofy tune and they have a woman laughing in the background.
It reminds me a bit of the sort of like maniacal laughing from like the soundtrack to What the Heck on Earthworm Jim.
Alright.
Sort of like tortured, like...
Yeah, tortured people with elevator music.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, music. Oh, this...
Lube Robotnik up.
This guy's mustache isn't really there, actually. It's different. Fucking bots. That's something you'll hear him a lot saying throughout the series. Bots Spots of the deaths.
Oh, whoa, Sonic Johnny.
Why'd you do it? Nobody should have to stay in a dungeon for 30 years. Why does Robotnik hate you so much? It's all about Lucinda, my beautiful...
30 years and Sonic's meant to be 15, so... Wow. Robotnik's first nemesis was this ball of pubic fluff. Oh, where's Wally?
I was just working up the nerve to ask her go steady. And Robotnik can
No,
Yeah,
yeah.
here we go. There it is. Pubescent Robotnik.
Love his fashion sense. Spotty little willy head with a bit of tint on it.
Lucinda! You did this. Yes, Lucinda, that's you. I have such dirty, rotten plans in store for Mobius.
He's almost got a cleft lip, it's so odd.
I fill in this life with you, Lucinda. I'll give you a quarter of everything I plunder.
Oh, Jesus. You don't really hear Robotnik's voice change that much in the series.
No.
Every now and again there's one variation, this is one of the few.
Jim Cummings and Long John Baldry's both seem to know what they were doing from the get-go.
Yeah, I mean in terms of like they do a slightly different version, like Goofy, dumber, younger. Like this is clearly
Oh yeah,
teenager.
there's clearly a different adaptation to it, but as far as like the actual voice is going, like with Gary Chalk and stuff, it changes from it being a bit more evil to a bit dumb.
You wouldn't actually, it's funny because you see him as a human, you wouldn't think this guy was a human. He's a troll person.
Like his arms are attached
I mean,
to
look,
his
his whole
face.
body, his body shape is completely different.
That's what hair does for you.
Yeah, definitely, boy.
Why is he so upset when he could just have a shave?
You tried to shave with all that stuff on?
Well, stress makes you rip your hair out. He clearly wasn't bothered.
Did it for Homer. With his hair, I've had a shave pregnancy.
Anyone seen a Death Star there in the background? Find a golden egg in the sky.
See, the animation's slightly more it's slightly more constructed, not as overly
Models?
weird.
What are they? I'm sure they're around the office somewhere. Yeah, we'll be alright.
Are we on model this week? I don't know. Yeah, this is his deluded fantasy.
Everything was perfect till that two-bit muscle brain
This is why Mother 4 was never created. What an asshole.
Get your hands off my
The proportion.
This is body.
It looks like you remember the This Is Sparta remixes
Yeah.
from back in the day.
Yeah.
Oh.
What happened? Where is your Lucinda? Did you bury her?
Don't lie in your front, you'll die. Newborn baby.
Especially with that outfit on.
Oh, I bet they'll be
I'd love to know whoever came up with this design of his outfit.
Yeah.
This is something that's been, most people consider this as, oh, that's how Robotnik looks and everything for a long time in the 90s.
Yeah, for first that was the definitive look.
Yeah, for a lot of people.
After the, I mean, there was just a basic one that looked like the Japanese one with his goggles taken off and he was just fat and eyeless and
Yeah.
quite evil.
Yeah, this, well, look like a clown. Well, they both look like clowns.
Yeah. Like since I grew up on a lot of Sonic,
There it is, X14, there's the sign of his backside.
it's got to mean something.
Yeah. And it's also got an arse cheek. He's got an arse crack on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, why?
He's got treads. He doesn't need to move.
He's got straight. Why does he need to have an ass? Why does he have a little sign on the back of him anyway? The first one. Oh, this is such a typical Bugs Bunny gag coming up this bit here.
don't think your trap will work.
I mean, this show is really like these kind of Looney Tunes jokes meets Fizz the Cat with that happens to have Sonic in it.
I would say updated animation, but Looney Tunes was far superior.
Well, Looney Tunes actually had a lot more people do it. Well, no, they were different talented artists. So, again, basically, this is something that Bugs Bunny would do to any person that was getting in his way.
Yeah. Start from dressing and drag and making out. What was that?
Just grumble.
Did you think we were just like recording him like?
Yeah, I think it's just, can you just do angry grumble? You know, just do. Just that.
Razzing Frazzing.
Yeah, that's right. Actually, Robotnik does a lot of that in the series as well. Yeah, I remember that. Actually, there's a random shot of nothing. Maybe they forgot to put Sonic in there.
Yeah. Cut it,
idiots. Never in time.
Sorry for him. Makes me want to give him a hint and tell him where we're going.
Sometimes I think they had a lot of squares on the floor, not to make it look like Sonic, but to make it easier to draw.
Well, I'm just saying, everything in this show is feeling like, but how do you animate this? Like, how do you draw this Japanese character in animation form? Everybody else looks like, okay, this is done by cartoonists.
Yeah. Wasn't Deke French American as well?
Yeah, it is, yeah. Yeah, it's both American and has a studio in France, I think. That's pretty much how it worked.
There was a really good, I think it was Robot Chicken, or someone did a sketch on like all the Deke animation cartoons, like attacking.
Right.
And they were so inferior and crappily drawn that they couldn't attack people and stuff. It was really good. It was just like, I really wanted to see Sonic and Mario and all that, and Captain M, but unfortunately not. They couldn't get the rights to those ones.
You wish you pines for George Lucas.
Shouldn't have made Jar Jar.
Oh, everybody makes mistakes.
Kids really like her, don't they?
I don't really like apples. but I dare to have the children will break their fucking hearts.
It's the Lucas I was 30 years ago, she was.
30 years, she's moved on kids. Give up.
Going on 31 if you don't hurry.
Your arms are growing out your head, I'd give up by now.
All right.
That was her just capturing it. Oh no, never mind.
That sound effect saying boing, boing, boing.
Again, the treads. See, it's creativity like that makes me still enjoy this cartoon, but it's
random tree plants with the circle things.
There is a lot of thinking outside the box in terms of animation. It's just not the best execution.
Yeah, it's not the worst. I mean, definitely, it's at least things move and are alive. I mean, if it's really bad animation, nothing would move.
I'd still rather watch this over Bob's Burgers or Johnny Test.
Well, Johnny Test is just garbage anyway, regardless of animation. Makes you want to either kill yourself or kill everybody on the staff. Not that I would ever want to kill anyone. It's just, you get the sense you get that angry, you want to do it, then you realise, no, I can't, because that's against the law and humanity.
It's these anger issues, man. This is why we don't get views. We're sorry, Cartoon Network.
No, they didn't make it, so it's Canada's fault. I don't know anybody in Canada watching this now. Oh dear.
What are you gonna do, buddy?
Yeah, not yet, buddy, friend.
I don't like your cartoons, guy.
So look how flat that rock is. Whatever the hell that thing that hanging behind is. It's not even a rock grass.
It's a rock bush, it's a rush. Or a brock.
I want him
to know. Not suspicious.
Here
we go.
Yes.
I remember the first time I heard that sound effect outside of Sonic was actually Men in Black, actually.
Which sound effect was it on?
Yeah, the Men in Black, the first movie. It's when Tommy Lee Jones shoots the guy who's pretending to be immigrant out of the country. He shoots the guy as he's running up to the park ranger guy.
It's a basic bullet hitting off the floor sound effect.
For me, I just associate it with Sonic the Hedgehog now. That's just how ingrained in my... There's some sounds that you hear in certain shows, you just ingrain it. Oh, that's what I associate with that.
Yeah.
I mean, like a lot of Simpsons sound effects, like of cars and doors and stuff. You just...
And Futurama does it with Star Trek effects as well.
Guys, baby,
Some poontang! I'm off to fetch my rubber. Crocodile! How dare you interrupt me in the bath with my rubber, Johnny?
It's a good thing. Well, there's probably YouTube out there already that does that.
Yeah. I wish we had time or effort to make a YouTube poop.
It just depends how good we go in here. Oh, this cat. That's always been a gag, like you drill to the bottom of the earth and it would always, the joke was always China.
Yeah, but not here.
It was always China. I don't know why it was always China. I guess it's where you were in the world, so you would have been China rather than the South Pole.
Mobius does know where China is.
I know. So we couldn't do that gag.
We had to do a face film. Yeah! This is as realistic as Magic Carpet riding. I don't pick that thing up by the crotch, you know why it's been, Sonic. It's covered in mottled hairs.
Well, mostly pubic hairs.
He doesn't need a shave, he's a man. Oh yeah.
What's left of a man inside that?
Cousin's abandoned, like, nephew. Like Scooby-Doo and Daffy-Doo. Scrappy-Doo, that's like, yeah, that's the Scrappy-Doo of Cousin It.
Oh, that little shithead. I hated him not because, well, I know he was annoying, but I hated him because he thought Scooby-Doo was his fucking god. Because he probably was like, everything he did, he thought he was right.
Out of his ass.
Like, literally, like, he's running away from monsters thinking, oh, great plan. It's like, no, you deluded idiot.
What you gonna do, Uncle Scooby?
I'm
gonna shoot you.
I'm gonna rip your bloody neck off, you little shit. So that's why I didn't like him. It's false idolization. Never do that, kids. Never do that.
Oh dear.
Here we go. Never put buddy true.
I've got no neck back there. Why this one bird?
Right
till we get to the bed.
Oh dear. He's carrying on with this a bit too long.
Scary Chioc again.
Yes, I do. This boy will both big boys. Of course he does. Then you may kiss the book.
Just the other.
You are now man.
He's still in the same costume. It's only till he made out of him. I will recognise that tongue anywhere. Who are you?
Here we go.
Wow. Sonic saves impeccable.
Photography skills, very good.
Oh no, you know what sweat he gets in that costume. Oh. Somebody's changed that, like, without the cake that we've got.
Nice.
He gets stuck. Just instant suffocation.
Yeah. Remember this. Yeah, I remember.
Well, that's probably Sonic's best running animation in this series.
He's just running with his own tracks.
Okay. Daft bastards.
Yep. I'd say the animation in this one episode's actually pretty decent for the most part.
You were saying.
Second time in an episode.
Maybe not, Your Honor. Hold on.
That mole's blind, that's a stereotype.
Like I said, he just looks like a completely different person.
Now we're just chilling on the Sonic OVA set.
Different haircut, and he's already body shape's completely changed. Yeah, you wouldn't know with his hairy look on.
His hands are shrunk.
Yeah.
Waldo!
They still make Where's Wally actually.
Still?
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Did you ever see the original cartoon?
Yeah, I did. I remember the animated series.
We've got to do an episode of that.
Yeah, that should be a laugh.
He's like hold on to 10 seconds.
That's goofy face.
There he is. Thank you, Mr. Condescending. Glee! Let's watch them make out.
Oh shit.
Snap.
They decided to go to Las Vegas style. This is the church they were in there.
What are we waiting for?
Oh Jesus.
We're ready.
We're all gathered today.
Wait.
There
Why
we
is
go.
he so desperate?
Show off.
He doesn't care about the wedding, he's all in it for himself.
And that's why the episode was called that.
Best men says.
Motherfucker. Oh god.
Sonic says, steal your friend's publicity.
Even when you're helping out people.
I love reading.
But I prefer a Kindle.
Always like to go to exciting places or show you how to see everyday things in a way cool way.
No, that's called YouTube.
That's called the Bible.
If you know someone that has trouble reading, tell them to ask a teacher or get help at a local library.
Or just use audiobooks.
God, these teachers and like parents are gonna like be so annoyed. Oh, they're trying to touch me. Oh, I want to read. You know.
I think you think about it back then. Yeah, God, it's weird thinking about it back then. It's like the idea of this show having moral messages. It's just like this. Oh, here's a random moral message, even though the rest of the show is just complete nonsense. From
We're at an age now where we're like, oh, parents, stop being so lazy, discipline your kids. And it's just like we were relying on Sonic and whoever else to do it back then.
Wow, parenting skills.
G.I. Joe says.
Well, luckily my parents weren't that bad, so they knew what they were doing.
I used to watch this over and over and can remember a single one of those segments. Not one.
Good evening, sir. Listen closely, Snively. I'm leaving now to eradicate that little freedom fighter uprising on the northern frontier.
Very good, sir.
And while I'm away, I want you to take care of things. Or you will end up as the paperweight I've always wanted. Understood?
Perfectly, sir.
Good!
Have a nice trip, sir.
Miserable